As vaccines get shipped out across the country, we know this could be the beginning of the end of this pandemic, but there's still a long way to go here.
Yeah, there is indeed. Nurse Alice Benjamin joins us now. Thank you for being with us, Nurse Alice. Let's begin with what Michael just said. This is going to take a long time for enough people to be vaccinated for the numbers to come down. So we assume that means masks, social distancing, et cetera, will last well into next year?
Right. So although we're very excited that this vaccine does exist, it's important for people to understand that this is not a cure. It's another tool to our toolkit. So as people begin to get the vaccine, it's going to be very important that they continue to wear their masks, social distance, avoid large crowds. I mean, especially until we've reached herd immunity, and that's going to require at least 70% of Americans to get the vaccine before we get there. So we still have quite a few months with this new normal that we're currently in.
Nurse Alice, there are two dose shots there. So how long after the first one can you turn around and get the second one?
Right. So with the Pfizer vaccine, after someone receives the first one, they need to return in 3 weeks to get the second vaccine. It's going to be very important that they follow up and get that second shot. And some people have asked me, well, Nurse Alice, what happens if I forget or I'm a little late? Doesn't matter. Get it as soon as you remember, but it's going to be very important that you do the two-step process. And then as we have other vaccines roll in, such as Moderna, it's going to also be very important that you don't mix and match the vaccine. So if you get a Pfizer vaccine to start, your booster needs to be a vaccine. If you start with Moderna, your booster needs to be a Moderna vaccine.
Aha, that is very important to know. We've also heard some concern that you could still perhaps transmit it even if you do receive the vaccine. Walk us through that.
Right. So the vaccine is helpful because it helps your body to build immunity. You start to develop these antibodies without having to get the disease, which is great. However, once you have these antibodies, we don't know exactly how long this will last. But the idea is to hopefully you don't get COVID-19, or if you do still get sick, it's a very mild case. But what we don't know yet is if you can still be a carrier and still shed that, even if you don't get the illness yourself. So we're still looking at the data and the research. We're still going to learn more as they continue to report their findings, as they follow the research participants. So there's still a lot not known, but I still want to encourage people. The vaccine has been deemed safe by the FDA analysis. It's going to be very important that everyone does their part and get the vaccine and make sure you continue those lifestyle behaviors of masking, social distancing, and so forth.
All right, Nurse Alice, as always, we appreciate your time here this afternoon. Great advice.
Thank you. Thanks.